Today, we're diving into a topic that affects so many people globally: how to truly master English. We often hear from learners who feel stuck despite years of effort. Rachel, it's a common dilemma, isn't it? People are studying, but fluency still seems out of reach. What's the fundamental shift we need to make?
It's the million-dollar question, Jake. The answer, surprisingly, isn't about the sheer number of hours you spend with a grammar textbook. It boils down to two key elements: immersion and consistency.
That idea of immersion sounds wonderful, Rachel, but for many it conjures images of packing up their lives and moving to an English-speaking country. That's simply not feasible for most people. How can someone truly immerse themselves without making such a drastic life change?
You absolutely don't need to move. You can create what I call an immersion bubble wherever you are. Start small, change your phone's language settings to English, watch movies with English subtitles, and eventually challenge yourself to watch without them. Even listening to podcasts like this one while you're doing chores or driving helps immensely. It's about making English a constant presence.
I like that, making English an integral part of daily life, not just an academic subject. But what about grammar? That's a common fear. People often feel that if their grammar isn't perfect, they can't speak effectively. It almost becomes a barrier, a reason not to even try. How do we overcome that paralysis when grammar rules seem so daunting?
Grammar is undoubtedly the skeleton of the language, but it should never paralyze you. Think about how a baby learns their native tongue. They don't study verb conjugations, they listen, they mimic, and they make mistakes. My strongest advice is to embrace imperfection. If you wait until your English is flawless before you speak, you'll never start speaking.
That's the powerful point. A mistake often signifies you're pushing boundaries and learning. And then there's the sheer volume of vocabulary. It feels like an endless task, trying to memorize list after list of new words. It's overwhelming. What's a more effective strategy for building a usable vocabulary without just rote memorization?
Stop trying to memorize isolated words from long lists. Instead, focus on learning phrases. For example, rather than just learning the word decision, learn make a decision. These are called collocations. They sound more natural when you speak, and your brain finds them easier to store and retrieve as complete units.
So, we're talking about creating an immersion bubble, accepting that making mistakes is part of the process, and learning vocabulary through phrases rather than single words. Are there any other crucial pieces of advice for our listeners today?
One final critical piece of advice: find your why. Why do you truly want to learn English? Is it for career advancement, for travel experiences, or perhaps to enjoy media in its original form? When frustration inevitably sets in, and it will, remembering your why is what will consistently motivate you to keep going.
Finding your core motivation seems like a solid foundation to build upon.
Every small step genuinely counts on this journey.
If you found this conversation helpful, please share it with someone else looking to improve their English.